Mic check, mic check. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Sellison TV. So right now we're gonna react to the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. We really watching this for two reasons. We watching this to see Ja Morant, and then we watching this to see what's the new point guard that they drafted? He went number one. Let's just get right into it.
Some of that stuff up, Dave. I mean, it was really a problem. When you look at the points off turnovers, 22 turnovers for Minnesota. So it turns it over here, and Ja Morant is doing what he does, off to the races.
Fires Kyle Anderson, who had a pretty good night as well. Part of it, he said, also for the coaching staff, because they are going to play 6 series in the first half of this series, Jim.
Again, Karl Anthony Towns was big early for Minnesota. It was Dylan Brooks. Again, Minnesota turns it over here. Minnesota turns it over here.
Anderson and Cash. All 8 Grizzlies points in the early going have come from the paint and make it 10.
So, real quick, and if you made it this far, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at like 267 right now, and a lot of y'all have subscribed, but my only issue with Ja Morant, and I think he's an incredible player. I think he's an incredible talent, first of all. But my biggest issue when it comes to Ja Morant is he's so explosive. He jumps so high, and it looks like he's trying to catch a body every time he drives to the bucket. My only issue is when he comes down, and it's not like he comes down hard, but it's just awkward. And I'm just scared for his hips, coming down, how he comes down, landing on one foot, not landing on both. I think he really should work on other areas of his game and utilize that athleticism when he needs it. He's still young and he can still grow, and he's an incredible talent right now, but you want to think about your future, even while you're young, because it's the decision that you make right now that's going to affect the player that you become in the future. And if your game is predicated on your athleticism right now, which I'm not saying that's all his game is predicated on, but if that's a main a main portion of your game and you want to keep that, utilize this when it's necessary and watch how you come down, because once you injure a part on your body, that athleticism probably won't be the same. So
straight paint 5 Grizzlies points. Anderson.
If you look at this next play that just happened, you'll see how he fell down and how that could hurt his hips.
Cash. All 8 Grizzlies points in the early going have come from the paint.
You see right here. Now, right now, you young. I'm not sure, what is he, 19, 20? Right now, you young. Your legs can take that impact, but over and over and over and over again for 82 games, be careful, man.
And make it 10 straight paint 5 here on Saturday.
We saw Josh Okogie on Ja Morant. There's another dish inside by Slow-Mo.
And Gomez check in. And this could be a trend. Wow, nice cut and a nice find. Anthony Edwards gets paid off by
Anthony Edwards, my bad. I'm sorry for forgetting it. I knew his name, but it's just been a
Gomez. Grayson Allen, John Conchar on for the first time tonight for the Grizzlies. Man, that was a deep 3 by Dylan Brooks. Minnesota just 5 of 18 shooting, make it 6 of 19.
Finally knocking off the last defender, so D'Angelo Russell can get that jumper off.
3 ball.
Hey, somebody answer this for me. If you are a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, tell me what was the point of Minnesota getting Anthony Edwards? And I'm not saying that he's not worthy of being the number 1 pick, but if I'm looking at this game right now, they say Anthony Edwards is kind of like a point guard similar to James Harden. So you're going to have D'Angelo Russell, you're going to have Ricky Rubio, and you're going to have Anthony Edwards on the floor at the same time, 3 point guards. Just tell me, how do y'all think that offense is going to work? I don't think that offense is going to work, and I'm going to say that the Timberwolves not making the playoffs. Yeah, that's just me.
Russell right back in. And Tyus turns that turnover. It's up to 4 points now. Morant and John Morant. Well, and he says that playing football, having that background, has helped him in basketball. It's helped him learn to absorb the Wolves a second chance. Culver takes matters into and finds its way to Valanciunas. That foul on Davis, by the way, was already his third. Kyle Anderson him up. You're right, Jim. And since it's the preseason, Ryan Saunders is just going to roll with Ed Davis with 4 personal corner. And now a leak out by Brooks. He's got Morant with him, and boy, Morant delivered.
Good shit, Morant. But just like I'm saying, like, you got 3 point guards. How do you feel like that's gonna affect the development of D'Angelo Russell? You know, and I kind of feel bad for D'Angelo Russell because I think he's a good talent. I think he'd be a solid point guard, but you know, you need an established point guard to run a team. And D'Angelo Russell went from the Lakers to Brooklyn to Golden State, and now to be at the Timberwolves. You know, the only opportunity he really had to be a legitimate point guard was in Brooklyn. And when he was in Brooklyn, he made the All-Star team. You know, when he came to the Warriors, I understood getting him for the moment, and maybe it would have been better if Steph didn't get injured. But you know, the Minnesota Timberwolves 3 point guards. And it's gonna be hard to decide between those point guards because like Ricky Rubio is probably has the highest basketball IQ. You know, he's been in the league for a few years. He came in the league with Steph Curry. So really, if the other 2 point guards aren't making the right play, I feel like the coach is gonna go straight to Ricky Rubio. It's going to be an interesting dynamic. We're going to watch it.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they fare. I think it just might be one of those situations as you see Anthony Edwards. Nice attack to the rim.
Towns able to get the flyby and drills the
Overrated. My bad. I didn't even mean to stop this video so many times, but I think Karl Anthony Towns is super overrated, bro. If you agree with me, leave a comment. If you think I'm wrong, leave a comment and then change my mind. But yeah, overrated. Way overrated.
Towns. Wow. It's between Brooks and Melton.
Yeah. I know it looks like D'Lo from up here.
All I caught was the 0. You're right. D'Lo's not even on the floor right now.
Yeah.
Grizzlies looking to add to this 20-point margin. Gorgie Jang gets it to roll.
Russell like that.
D'Lo straightaway 3 is good. Caught up in the air with nowhere to go. And Russell takes it back. He's got Beasley underneath, and finally Malik
to go sit down. It's gonna.
And I'm not saying that he's not good. Don't misconstrue my words or whatever. But it's just I don't think that he can be the number 1 option on the championship team. You know, I understand that he's not your average big man. He can shoot. He has a 3-point range, but you know his release is slow. You know, he's not as mobile as Anthony Davis. So I get giving him the money, but making him your cornerstone piece to win a championship, you know, I don't think so. I think he would just be a good piece on the championship team, not a star player.
To be completely on Karl and vital for him to be able to be smart as a veteran player.
Oh, John Morant! Oh. You don't like it to happen coming right out of the half. John Morant gets it to roll in. He'll have a chance for the 3-point play during the halftime break, and was told the league hasn't really decided what it wants to do yet, but they want safety to be first. Minimize the travel as much as possible.
Yeah. One of the things that Karl has to guard against is D'Angelo Russell knocks down that.
Kyle Anderson, though, comes up with the rebound. Melton will stop and then pop. Russell off the handoff from Towns. Morant ahead to Brooks running the floor.
Good pass.
Morant's able to.
Man, just like that, you're gonna get hurt eventually, man. Eventually, your body not gonna be able to absorb that pain like that, or your legs and your hips. Really, I'm not worried about your. I'm worried about your hips. And look right here. Look at all that weight coming down on just that right foot, man. And I don't even think you realize it's not your ankles, it's not your Achilles, it's not your knee. I'm worried about your hips. You feel me? Because you don't really got a lot of like body mass on your body to really injure like your Achilles holding up so much weight. But when you hit that ground, all that shock absorption is going straight to your hips.
Morant's able to control his shot in the.
Last year it was Zion, but the luck comes when John Morant falls to you at 2, and he becomes the player that he is. I don't know if you had a chance to read John Holly.
Hold on.
And he becomes the player that he is. I don't know if you had a chance to read John Hollinger's assessment.
Magic.
Not for broadcasters, though.
Okay, let's see.
Anthony Edwards off the turnover.
Oh, he's just a great family, no doubt.
Yeah, it was sad to see Tyus go, but
It really was.
he got the 3 years, $28 million. That was tough to say no to. Edwards. Anthony Edwards drills from downtown. That's his first triple tonight. Handle. Melton all alone in the corner. And that to drop to 46% last year was just something you couldn't have seen. The Grizzlies working the offensive glass. 2 more.
Played college basketball, did blow his ACL out a couple times. Nice pass by Rubio. Hollis Jefferson gets another nice finish.
More to protect from facial injury than anything related to the pandemic. Rubio.
A lot of polka done in those German farming communities, and then you think about the old Nyes. You don't know about Nyes is
Bobby
the
Benton.
karaoke with the piano as well. It's just like Nyes, that place closed down. It's just it was a fantastic place. There you go, Wancho.
I don't know if Ja is quite, well, Ricky Rubio, great anticipation. Gets around D'Anthony Melton for the ball.
I think he's a really talented young player.
With that being,
Layman gets it to go.
I just love a good shot, bro.
Layman gets it to go.
Jake Layman, Hernan Gomez.
When they didn't get that experience of the restart. But there's no question for a team like...
Absolutely.
Wow, how about Rondae Hollis? Conchar. Back for Desmond Bain. And Bain with his first points of the game. That's his
money, isn't it?
First shot attempt tonight for Bain, who hasn't had as big of a role tonight as he had in the preseason opener. And then McDaniels on the other end can't finish. Hollis Jefferson remains perfect from the floor. Look what I found. He's 6 of 6 from the field.
What are the odds Ricky and Wancho are speaking in Spanish?
By the way, Fox Sports North will carry, and that will do it from Minneapolis.
Okay, so we know these. Well, in my opinion, I don't feel like either of these teams are going to make the playoffs. I don't feel like they have the star power to make the playoffs, and they definitely don't have the bench or the team to make the playoffs. Now, as far as development for the young players, I think John Morant is going to be a superstar. My only recommendation for John Morant is, talk to somebody older, and, that play athletic, that didn't have a lot of weight on them, or just, work on a stronger foundation and not coming down on just one foot, because, messing up your hips, it could, it's one thing to have leg injuries and ankle injuries and things like that, but if you hurt your hips, it's just, man, be careful, be careful. But I'm very impressed by Ja Morant. Anthony Edwards, I didn't see much from him this game. Like I said, I'm not sure what direction the Timberwolves are going to go in, and they chose to keep Karl Anthony Towns as like their cornerstone piece for their franchise. I just don't think you can have a big man like that be the centerpiece of your franchise. We saw Anthony Davis be the centerpiece for the Pelicans and never make the playoffs except once when they lost to the Warriors. So yeah, Minnesota, y'all gonna have to shake some stuff up. Hopefully, Anthony Edwards can become a James Harden and y'all can do something. But 3-point guards and one big man is not a recipe for success. Uh, yep, that's it for me, y'all. Peace.